Icy conditions on the roads are leading to lower posted speed limits on many of Maine's major highways. We'll have more on the road conditions coming up.
Get your coffee, or don't, if you want to be like Tom Brady and warm up the crock pots. It's game day. We're talking Patriots, Chiefs, live from Foxborough in just a few minutes.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Katie Bavoso. We'll have that live coverage along with your latest local news coming up in just a few minutes. But first, meteorologist Tom Johnston has been tracking this storm system moving into the state all week. We also have Chris Costa checking on the latest conditions out there this morning. He will join us live a little bit later on. But first, let's toss it on over to Tom to see what's going on out there today. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Katie. A little bit of everything as anticipated. The wintry mix is coming into play, and it really has just begun in some places as early as 2 a.m., but it's continuing now as we make our way through the 7 o'clock hour and the 6 o'clock hour first. Let's take a look at the Doppler radar right now. We have a mess out there, and I got to tell you, it is straight ice, ladies and gentlemen, in a lot of spots. Chris Costa staying by. Chris, appreciate you out here this morning. Folks need to know what it's like there.
Yeah, Tom, right now we are right along I-295 northbound in Portland. As you can see behind me, that flashing sign reading that the maximum speed is 40 miles per hour. Now, that's the case here on 295. We've also seen a posted speed limit of 45 miles per hour on the main turnpike. That's for the entire turnpike due to those icy conditions. The main turnpike also reporting one crash so far. Exit 80 in Auburn on the left-hand lane is shutting that down on the southbound side. Out here along 295, we've not seen many crashes, actually nothing as of yet, but a lot of people just traveling very, very slowly. That's the main thing that we've seen right now. Also, the National Weather Service in gray reporting, like you said, Tom, freezing rain, asking people to drive very, very slowly. Now, on our drive over here, also kind of the same thing. Roads very slick. It seems to be a very thin sheet of ice, because as we walk over it, we can feel it kind of crunch under our feet. But obviously with the car and the tires, as you try to take turns, you have to go very slowly, because what we're seeing is that you are starting to skid a little bit. So again, all of those posted warnings for people to go much slower on the highways as this freezing rain continues, and we'll have more coming up later on in the morning report. Katie, back to you in the studio.
All right, Chris Costa reporting out in the field. Thank you very much. Now on to our other big story of the day. It's game days, ladies and gentlemen. The Patriots are in the playoffs tonight, and Johnny Mailer has that story live from Foxborough. And Johnny, I don't think you can see me right now, but if between your outfit and my outfit, we do make up the Patriots colors. How you doing out there?
Well, as you can see, it's a cold, wet, windy start here at Gillette Stadium. A little bit too warm for snow, but I'll use the term warm very lightly. Now, it's been another postseason with a distraction for the Patriots with what's been going on with Chandler Jones, but they've been working to get past that. They've also been working to get healthy, and it's been a while since you could really call the Patriots healthy, but they get a big weapon back for Tom Brady in Julian Edelman. He should be back in that lineup today for the Patriots. He tweeted out a hype video, and it's got everyone ready to run through a wall with that one. Now, speaking of Tom Brady, he's going to set history today, making his 30th career postseason start that will tie him with a former teammate of his, Adam Vinatieri, for most career playoff starts. Now, that gives Brady an advantage over quarterback Alex Smith for Kansas City, making just his 5th postseason start. But what about some other matchups? There's a lot of good ones in this one, including 2 of the top tight ends in the league in the Patriots, Rob Gronkowski, and the Chiefs, Travis Kelce. So we were in the locker room earlier this week to talk about this matchups, and here's what the players had to say.
I would say it's definitely a comparison. I would say it's catch radius, him catching the ball, and then after the catch is really phenomenal. Guys fall off him a lot, miss a lot of tackles, and I would say that's a good comparison between him and Gronk.
They cause a lot of turnovers. Great front seven, good secondary, good overall defense. So I mean, we don't want to give them any opportunity to take the ball away from us.
Now, former UMaine Black Bear Mike DeVito is part of that big rush that the Kansas City Chiefs send to the opposing quarterback. So, Katie, Black Bear Nation may be a little bit torn today, rooting for Mike DeVito, but also rooting for the Patriots. So, we'll see what happens.
All right. Yeah, we'll see. Thank you very much, Johnny. Stay dry out there. And in other news, officials in Acadia National Park will decide this morning whether to resume the search for a missing man. Investigators say Timothy Philpott of Ellsworth was last seen on Tuesday. That's the same day rangers noticed his vehicle in the Parkman Mountain parking lot. Rangers and wardens spent all of yesterday searching trails in the area, but they say conditions on the trails can be tough to navigate this time of year because of the snow and ice.
The risk of falling, especially in the conditions where we have a lot of snow and ice, and hiking in Acadia is always a challenge given its slopes and the terrain.
Philpott was last seen wearing brown pants and a black nylon jacket. If you have any information, you can contact the Park Rangers Dispatch Center. That number is on your screen there at 288-8791. And police in New Hampshire are searching for two missing teenagers. Caitlin and Cheyenne Taylor were last seen in Portsmouth on Wednesday. Both are 16 years old. Caitlin has brown hair with blue eyes and Cheyenne has blonde hair with blue eyes. Police say they believe the two girls may be in Manchester, Raymond, or the Farmington areas. For the first time, an Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor is participating with a school district to treat kids at school. The hospital has stationed a nurse practitioner within the RSU 22 district. That includes the towns of Hamden and Winterport. The clinic will be open once a week on Friday. Parents will have to give permission for their children to participate in the program. The idea behind the clinic is to help kids who need it to get care to improve their classroom performance.
I think there's a lot of parents that are nervous because they don't know, with them not being here, what we're going to do or what we might do without them knowing.
I see students all of the time who need more than what I can do here. They need testing, they need things that they can only get from a physician.
This is not the first school-based health center in Maine. Both Brewer and Topsham schools have one. But EMMC and school staff both say Maine has fewer school-based clinics than other states. Well, the time today is 6:09 right now, and Tom will be right back in after this commercial break with your full forecast, so stay tuned.